So Steve, you say if you want to create something new, you must go inside and make changes at the level of reality. Please elaborate a little bit more about that.
Okay, so the basic premise is that, like, we've been trained that if we want to, and again, this is training, but we've been trained that if you want to get something in business or life, you have to make changes on the outside. You know, you got to go to the gym, you got to eat right, you got to maybe manipulate or do things in a certain way on the outside. You've got to take actionable things, and those are important. I'm not denying that those things are important. All I'm saying as a big part of the book is that what we're doing for a big part is we're looking at the outside, we're putting our internal focus on the outside, and we're expecting it to change even though our focus is on the outside. We're looking at our bank account and we're expecting that to change, but we're looking right at it, which is giving our focus to what already is. And so when you do that, you get more of what already is. And the example I give in the book is if you were printing out your resume to apply for a job or just to give someone that resume, what you do is you go into your computer, you pull up the file, you print the file, and it comes out as a physical piece of paper. And that physical piece of paper, you notice, oh, there's an error on it. Your name's misspelled, so there's a comma in the wrong spot. So you go back and you white out that physical error. Then what a lot of us are doing is we're going back to the digital file and we're hitting print again, even though we haven't made the digital changes. And we print the file out again and we look at our printer and we're like, oh, the error's still there. So what we're trying to do is we're make the changes by whiting out things when the real copy of us that's being manifested in physical form is a digital one. And that's what I'm saying is we're focusing on the outside, expecting a different result. It's what Peter was doing is like, well, what if we went inside, even for 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, to change the digital copy of what we want to see manifest and then see what the results were. And that's why the 7-day manifestation took off, because people started getting results from just making that one small change.
Wow. So, and you also say, purchasing your book, 7-day manifestation, you will learn how to develop empowering self-confidence. Tell me a little bit about that, because that right there was an eye-opening for me.
Well, you know, one of the results of, and I always tell someone, like, you can try this. There's 3 steps to it. You can go to watch the YouTube video of the same name, 7-day manifestation experiment, and try it. It's a 10-minute video. Okay. What will happen is one of 2 things. You try the process on and you're willing to explore you have to be willing to explore new ways of doing things. And if you're not willing to, then I mean, I can't help you. No one else can either. You got to be open and willing. And the reason I say that, Pamela, is because when I had decided back in, 2006 that I was going to leave my paying job to start a coaching business, that whole journey started by a willingness to look at a new way of the world with new information. And so the willingness needs to be there first, a willingness to do something different. Once you have that willingness, what happens in a lot of cases is you're trying on something new. And if it doesn't work, what will happen is you can always have your old life back. Like, that's always an option, right? But for a lot of people, what happened is when they discovered that by making this small change to their, daily routine about what they want to create and physically pull into being, what they discovered is a newfound confidence that they affect the world and the world doesn't necessarily always affect them. And that's the starting, because what you realize from this newfound confidence is that it's the image that you have in your mind's eye is how you create and physically pull into being your reality, your physical reality. And when you realize that, it's very empowering, and it gives you a new sense of confidence that you can create your dreams, that you can have the career you want, that you can be in a happy relationship. And that's where the confidence comes, from that experiential change, from trying something that you were maybe not willing to do in the past, or maybe didn't even know was an option or a possibility for you.